all the production myself. It's going to be a little tricky, but I'm going to learn. It's the lovely Brittany, girl I used to know back in the day. Logic. So we have a good show for you guys today. I wish I could stream this on YouTube, on my normal channel, but I can't because YouTube has been false flagged and I have a strike on my account, and it sucks, but I can't stream. And I was going to stream it on Twitch, but I've been permanently banned from Twitch. Unfortunately, people harass me constantly, and they go around and they try to get me banned from everywhere. I've been permanently banned from Twitter, and so, you know, it sucks, but what you going to do? I'm going to stream this to Facebook for now, and then hopefully when it's done, I'll upload it to YouTube, and eventually I would like to start doing live streams on YouTube. It's way better to do that because you have access to the super chats, and you can actually monetize it, make money. But, you know, people want to make sure I don't make any money off this. People want to make sure I'm basically starved, so they basically false flag everything I do and try to get me demonetized because they want me to quit. And it's not liberals doing this. It's fucking not liberals doing this. It's, you know, I was banned from Twitter from Shoe on Head's fan base. Her fan base literally banned me from Twitter. You know, these free speech warriors, these anti-SJWs who claim everybody needs to deplatform. No, they're the ones who got me deplatformed from Twitter. And when told that it was her fan base that got me banned from Twitter, and lots of people asked her, hey, could you, like, give a shout out and maybe ask your 150,000 followers on Twitter if they will message Twitter support and try to help Dusty get unbanned from Facebook since it was your fan base that got him banned to begin with. She responds by blocking people that ask her that, and she's blocked me for asking her that, so she doesn't really give a shit that her fan base got me banned from Twitter. They're all a bunch of fucking hypocrites. So fuck them. I'm going to do this anyway. I don't need their goddamn help, and I appreciate those of you joining me on Facebook. Ask me all the fucking questions you can. That would be great. Eventually I'm going to have this set up where I can see the fucking chat and see all the questions that I'm being asked. But right now, since I'm not allowed to stream this to YouTube, it's not really going to work very well. So instead I'm just going to use my iPad to look at all the questions I get, and hopefully you guys will ask me a lot of good questions and interact with me. That would be lovely. Already got 40 comments. Shut up, Dusty! God damn it!
Message Twitter support.
Annoying. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, give a shout out to Portugal. What up, Portugal? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Dusty, you're the man. How could I be the man when you're the fucking man? Could only be one. It's like the Highlander and shit. So, for some reason Facebook's taking you away from my newsfeed. I don't know why. Okay, excited to see you on Non Sequitur tomorrow. Yeah, man, we're going to debate about atheism, I guess. I guess he thinks that all atheism is positive atheism, and there's no such thing as negative atheism, which doesn't really make any sense to me, because literally, if you Google the definition of atheism, the definition is basically negative atheism. So we're going to talk about that. What's up, Mike from Atlanta? How you doing? Are you banned on Twitter? Yes, I am permanently banned on Twitter, but I set up a second account, Cult of Dusty 1, instead of just Cult of Dusty. And I'm going to hang out there for as long as I can before I get banned again. So if you guys want to join me on Twitter, at Cult of Dusty 1. And Twitter's a pretty fun place. It's like more like a battle zone there, where everybody's continuously sniping at each other and trying to get over on each other. And it's like a game. It's fun. Hey, I love you, Joshua Stanley. Rip King Kong Bundy. Yeah, man, it's been a bad week for celebrity deaths. You got Luke Perry, 9021. No! Can't believe he's dead. Awesome hair. I love that guy. And then you had the lead singer of Prodigy. I'm a fire starter, twisted fire starter. Yeah, they got the weird fucking hair. I liked him though. I liked the songs. Thought they had some good songs, but apparently he killed himself because fame sucks. I was talking about this on my Facebook for years, for decades actually. I've read about celebrities warning people, okay, fame's not all it's cracked up to be. Like, if you can be rich and famous, just try being rich first and see how that works out for you, because the fame part kind of sucks. And I got like a small taste of that. I'm not saying I was ever famous in any way whatsoever, but I got just like a small taste of that. And I understood. I was like, okay, nah, that's not really for me. So I kind of pulled back on like making content and stuff a good bit, because I'm not really that interested in being famous. I just kind of want to maintain what I got, because it's all good. Dusty, enlarge my border. Enlarge my border. I will. Come to me and I will enlarge the shit out of your border. You never had your border enlarged like I will enlarge it, motherfucker. I still own a Logic shirt. Well, thank you. I haven't sold very many shirts recently. I quit advertising them, and all my employees that I had, like I was employing the Amazing Atheist and Jacqueline Glenn, and neither one of those really want to have much to do with me anymore because I'm radioactive now, and I was supporting Creationist Cat, and he kind of has his own line now, and I try to support the Gospel Bible Reloaded, but you guys know how that went. They didn't want to be associated with me either, so what the fuck? You're still amazing to watch. Thank you. Appreciate that. You feel like you'd be one of the Harrison Ford famous people and break people's shit if they fucked with me. Yes. I'm not like that anyway. Like, I'm nice and everything. I just feel like uncomfortable. Like, I'm not really comfortable with praise either. Like, when somebody says, oh, Dusty, I'm a big fan, and like, you've like really helped my life and shit. I don't know what to do with that. Like, I'm like, okay. Because I don't like see myself like that. Like, I see myself as just a goofy guy that makes stupid YouTube videos in his underwear. And so I just don't really understand why anybody gives a shit. But I appreciate it. Hey, bro, much love from England. Much love to you over there. Jolly good show, tea and crumpets. So we have a good show for you today. Let me get Brittany off here. This girl hates me. I don't know why I'm showing her picture. It's probably because she's pretty. But fuck off, Brittany. Fuck off. Oh, no. That's more Brittany. Fuck off, Brittany. How do I get rid of her? How do I close? Suck. I gotta hit escape. There we go. Boom. Haha. All right. So we're going to start out today talking about fucking this goddamn crazy-ass documentary I watched last night called Abducted in Plain Sight. I don't know if you guys have seen this fucking crazy shit, but these are literally the dumbest fucking people I have ever seen in my life. You know, just when you think the world has shown you the dumbest fucking people who could ever live, the universe is like, hold my beer, Dusty. Here's somebody who will fucking amaze you. And this documentary takes the cake, so this will probably get me banned when I post this on YouTube, but that's okay. So basically, this is a documentary about these fucking morons. Let me see if I can skip it. This dude, where is he? Skip ahead, goddamn, Netflix. It's not Netflix, is it? Yeah, it is Netflix. Anyway, so come on. So this woman, this is the mom, fucking incredibly insane, stupid bitch, right? And so she's married to, let's see if I can find the dad. Where the fuck is the dad? Here he is. Boom. Come on. There he is. So she's married to this fucking dude. This fucking asshole. So they had this little fucking daughter. This little, I think she was 11 at the time. So they make friends with this other fucking asshole who's married. They call him B. And, let's see. They become good friends with him and his wife. I'll just play this and I'll explain to you what's going on while I'm playing it. So anyway, the guy's a fucking pedophile. The guy's obviously a fucking pedophile, and he's in love with their little 11-year-old daughter. But for some reason, these fucking idiots, I guess they were members of the LDS church, they're Mormons, you know, the Latter-day Saints, which obviously automatically makes them fucking idiots. But these people are above and beyond goddamn cretins. So they let this fucking guy, this pedophile, basically stalk their daughter. Like, go in and hang out with the daughter all day long, take pictures of her, get a really close relationship with her, basically groom the fuck out of her, right? Meanwhile, let me see if I can find this fucking guy again. This guy, here he is. So anyway, this fucking pedophile's friends with this guy and his wife. Well, this pedophile starts fucking this guy's wife. That old lady I just saw you starts fucking this dude's wife. And this cuck just fucking lets it happen, right? He just fucking let it happen. And then so one day, he's out riding around with his buddy B, and they pull over, and his buddy B's like, damn, dude, I'm horny as shit. So the fucking dude I just showed you, the old dude, like, reaches over and starts giving the dude a handy. Like, giving the fucking pedophile that's raping this dude's daughter a fucking hand job. Like, everybody's fucking this pedophile. He's fucking the dad. He's fucking the mom. He's fucking the little girl. He's fucking them all, right? So anyway, he kidnaps their daughter, okay? After he fucks the wife and fucks the dad, he kidnaps their daughter, carries her away to his, he has like this RV. So I think they go to Mexico eventually, but he basically drugs her, and he pushes her in the RV, and then he puts a tape in the tape recorder and turns it on and goes into the room, and she wakes up and she's hearing these recordings, and the recordings are basically telling her, We are aliens. We are space aliens. And the truth is, you are also a space alien. You're only half human. Your mom is your real mom, but your dad is not your real dad. Your real dad is a space alien. And it is up to you to save the universe. You have to save the universe by having a kid. And in the next room is the guy you have to have the kid with. And if you don't have the kid, the entire universe will be fucking destroyed. It's up to you. So this little 11-year-old girl, she says she fucking believes it. I mean, she's 11, so I'm sure, she's young and immature, but even at 11, I don't think I would have fucking believed that. But she believes it, and she goes to the next room, and she sees this fucking pedophile B, right? So she's like, well, I guess I gotta have a fucking baby with this B guy. So anyway, she falls head over heels in fucking love with this B guy, right? And this B guy molests her. This is the fucking mom here. You fucking stupid bitch. Fucking stupid bitch. Let all this fucking shit happen, and she's fucking this dude. He's only fucking her because he wants access to the child, right? But she's like, she don't care. He's handsome, and he makes me feel special, and you kill yourself, dumbass. So anyway, eventually they find B and this little girl, and they bring her back, right? And so then this guy has his wife. He's still married. His wife fucking still married to him after he fucking kidnaps this little 11-year-old girl and runs off and rapes her and shit. And so she goes to the mom and dad, and she tells them, hey, unless you sign this contract saying you knew that he was taking your daughter on a vacation and you're okay with it and don't want him press charges at all, don't want him in jail, we're going to tell everybody that he fucked both of you and ruin your reputations. So these fucking piece of goddamn shit parents sign this piece of paper that absolves him of all his wrongdoing and basically makes sure that for kidnapping their daughter and raping her, nothing fucking happens to him. And that's what happened. Nothing fucking happens. So, alright, that's fucking bad enough, right? So anyway, after this fucking happens, he goes back and he still starts fucking the wife again. After the goddamn guy kidnaps her 11-year-old daughter, rapes her 11-year-old daughter, the wife still fucks him after this. These fucking people, I swear, goddammit. So anyway, the little girl is in love with this 40-year-old pedophile. And also she says she's convinced that the aliens were real and it's up to her to repopulate the earth or whatever the fuck have a baby with this dude, basically. Whatever the fuck the plan was. And so she runs away to be with the guy again. And so he has to go to jail for a little while. He did something, but they only put him in jail for like 30 days. So in that time, he basically takes her to a nunnery and has nuns look after her. And he tells these dumbass fucking nuns that he is in the CIA and bad guys are after him and he has to go do his CIA work. So he has to keep his daughter in their nunnery under an assumed name. And if anybody comes looking for her, just lie. So eventually they find this poor fucking girl and they bring her back. And long story short, he pleads insanity and he gets fucking off. Nothing happens to him. Oh, I forgot one thing to mention. He goes and he burns down the old man, he burns down her dad's business, burns it to the fucking ground, and he gets away with all this fucking shit. Nothing happened to him, right? So anyway, and also during this whole fucking time, the wife is continuously seeing him and fucking him, and he's only fucking the wife because the wife is bringing her daughter to him. And letting the daughter stay in his fucking house. Oh, I also forgot to mention this. After he comes back from kidnapping the little girl the first time, he tells the parents that he's going to see a therapist. And the therapist tells him that part of his therapy is that he needs to go sleep in the bed with their 11-year-old daughter 4 times a week. So they let this motherfucker come to their house and sleep with their 11-year-old daughter 4 times a goddamn week. These people. So anyway, the guy basically gets off. He basically goes to a mental institution for like 30 days or some shit, and they let his ass out. So anyway, the mom and the daughter write a book about their experiences or whatever. And so this guy's obviously crazy as fuck, and he starts going to the signings, the book signings and stuff, and harassing the fuck out of them. And they had these bikers there that were there to protect them, and the bikers basically subdued him and held him because they had a restraining order against him, and he wasn't supposed to be there. Anyway, they found a gun on him, I guess, and he wasn't supposed to have a gun, so he was going to do jail time. So the motherfucker takes a bunch of pills and kills himself. So anyway, an entirely infuriating fucking story. All of these people, like these parents should have been nowhere near these kids. They should have had their kids taken away from them immediately. And I feel sorry for this woman. This is the woman grown up right now. This is the 11-year-old girl all grown up. And she goes on to talk about how in love she was with this 40-year-old. She was desperately in love with him, loved the shit out of him, and said that it was the most profound love she's ever experienced in her life, which, is creepy as fuck. But anyway, that segues nicely into the next documentary I was watching, which is the Michael Jackson documentary that HBO released yesterday, which is called Finding Neverland. But before I get into that, I will read the comments here. Can't make this stuff. That's too sick. Yeah. It had a happy ending, I guess, but I mean, like, not really. He got away with kidnapping and raping this girl multiple times, and he got away with arson, burning down these people's business, and, like, nothing fucking happened to him because of these goddamn idiots. It's really frustrating. Yeah, if you believe in magical underwear, plates and shit, then you'll believe anything. That's true. Yeah, Mormons, there's a reason that it's only one letter off from morons. Jesus wept. Cut his nuts! That's right. Cut his nutsack, pull him out, feed him to him. Works for me. You knew God was fake at 7. That's way ahead of me. It took me like 33 years. I didn't learn God was fake until the same age Jesus died. Which kind of makes me Jesus, if you think about it. What the fuck is wrong with these people? A lot. There was a whole fucking lot wrong with these people. Yeah, it was a different time back then. Raping kids, it was no big deal. I was just telling my girlfriend earlier about how when I was a kid growing up, my dad would always drive around drinking beer and shit, and like nobody thought shit about it. He was always fucking drunk driving, and like it wasn't even a thing. It was just normal. And then one night he got in a really bad car wreck and he died 3 times. They brought him back to life 3 times. And the other guy he hit died. Like he fucking died. And the guy's family sued him. But it turned out they were both fucking drunk, so they had to drop the lawsuit. So, crazy story. So anyway, Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, that's a big part of it, you know. And that kind of segues into the Michael Jackson thing. Like, he was molesting these kids, and a lot of people were like, well, these kids actually testified that he didn't molest them. But the reason they did that is because they were in love with Michael Jackson. 2 of them were like totally in love with Michael Jackson, and they didn't want anything bad to happen to him. Just like this 11-year-old girl basically lied and said that he did not kidnap and rape her. You know, she was in love with her abductor. That's the way these kids with Michael Jackson were. They were basically fucking in love with him and couldn't stand the idea that he might go to jail and be in trouble. And they also, like, he was their idol. Like, he was their role model. He was the person that they looked up to the most on the earth. And they wanted his love and affection. So they would do anything for his love and affection, including lying for him. And so that's what this documentary about Michael Jackson unveiled. So let me pull this up here. If you see any porn on my computer, just ignore it. Obviously, you guys know I am incredibly sick and disturbed and have lots of disgusting porn all over everything. So if you see it, just ignore my interracial MILF porn. That'd be awesome. All right, so this is the documentary right here talking about Michael Jackson, and it's really disturbing because I was reading after watching this documentary, all the Michael Jackson fans like calling these kids liars. They're lying. They just want money. Blah 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 blah. You know, it's sad because a lot of these people are the same people who support the Me Too movement. And they're always like, oh, you got to believe the victim. You got to believe the victim. You got to believe women. But when it comes to these kids, or when it comes to Michael Jackson, somebody they look up to and love, they're like, no way he could have molested those kids. Yeah, it's totally impossible, right? This sick fucking creepo hanging out with other people's kids, sleeping in the same bed with them constantly, walking around holding hands with them. No way this sicko could possibly be sleeping with these kids, right? Because you like his music. And if you like his music, man, he can't be a bad guy, right? Because you're a good person. You wouldn't like his music if he was a bad person, right? Just so fucking depressing. Yeah, it is very, very sad. So anyway, this kid, the 2 kids are on this documentary. Well, they're not kids anymore. They're actually grown men now. But they were kids when they were molested. And they were like, let me see if I can skip ahead a little bit. Here's one of them. This is one of the little boys he molested. And he liked molesting little dancers that dressed up like him and shit. And they basically, you know, if you watch this documentary, they were very specific about what happened. He liked to suck their dicks. He liked them to suck his dick. Liked them to suck his nipples. He liked them to spray and lay out in front of him on all floors and like stick their ass up in his face so he could look at their anus while he jacked off. And so that's basically what he did. He would jack off looking at their buttholes and get blowjobs and stuff from them. And that's what they both said, you know. They both told pretty much the same story. And of course, there was another boy who was not in this documentary, but also pressed charges against Michael Jackson for molesting him. And in total, there have been 5 boys who have come forward and who've all said Michael Jackson molested them, and they all tell a pretty similar story. And one of them, he paid like $20 million to settle out of court, so he went into the court over it. And also his maid, his personal maid, is on record saying that she's walked in and found him naked with children before. So, you know, pretty compelling evidence that Michael Jackson was a pedophile. I believe he was after watching this. I'm usually a pretty good judge of character. I can usually tell when people are lying, and I did not get the sense that these people were lying at all. If they were lying, it's very elaborate. They sat down and they thought about what they were going to say for a long, long period of time in great detail, and rehearsed it ahead of time, because it doesn't look like he's just making this up off the top of his head, definitely. And I believe what he's saying is probably true. I believe Michael Jackson is a pedophile, was a pedophile, and you know, I don't see how anybody could be shocked by that. Let me load up my Facebook here, and I'll show you the tweet I made about it. Shut the fuck up, things in the background. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. This is the prosecutor that tried to prosecute the pedophile in the first story, but he failed miserably. So, you didn't do it. You failed. You failed. You got away with it. So, it's just surprising to me that people can look at this dude and think, this dude's not a weird creepo who would fucking molest kids. It's impossible. It's impossible to believe that. No, it's not impossible to believe this fucking weirdo molested kids, you know? He did. He fucking molested kids. So, and everybody's like, oh, well, Michael Jackson was basically just a kid himself. He never had a real childhood, and he had Peter Pan syndrome, and he was underdeveloped, and blah, blah, blah. Fuck you for making excuses for this goddamn pedophile, okay? He was a grown-ass man who was sleeping with little children and grooming them for pedophilia. Stop fucking defending this shit, okay? There's no fucking excuse for it. Imagine if people made this kind of excuse for other fucking pedophiles. Oh, don't hold it against him. He didn't have a fucking childhood. Well, fuck your childhood, bitch, okay? That's no excuse for goddamn molesting children. I don't care how much you like his music. I fucking love Michael Jackson when I was a kid. I've told stories before about how I used to fucking cry myself to sleep because I found out he wasn't like a real Christian. I think it was like a Mormon or some shit like that, or Jehovah's Witness or some stupid shit like that. And I was a little Christian boy thinking Michael Jackson was going to go to hell, and I'll be crying at night going, I can't believe Michael Jackson going to go to hell. Please, Jesus, save Michael Jackson. So I fucking love Michael Jackson. I had the one white sequin glove, and I used to try to dance to his music really badly. But fuck, man, if he's a pedophile, he's a pedophile. I don't give a shit how much I liked him, you know? Evidence is evidence, and quit trying to defend this motherfucker. At least watch the goddamn documentary before you defend this guy. There's a lot of people on there who are like, I watched the documentary, you know, and I still don't believe he did it. And so then I started grilling them on what the documentary said, and then they were like, okay, I'll go watch it now. You lying motherfuckers, you didn't watch it to begin with. You just try to have an opinion about some shit you don't know about. Go watch it. It's 4 hours long. Most people are not going to invest that kind of time in it, but I did. This motherfucker guilty as fuck. So, let's look at the messages and see what we got here. Be sure to ask me anything you want to. This is an open forum, and I will answer any fucking question you have for me. I might not answer it honestly, but I will answer it. So, let's see. MJ showered them in gifts, too. Yeah, man. He gave them everything he wanted to. He would take them to toy stores and let them fill up their carts with anything he wanted. You know, he was grooming them. Absolutely grooming them to fucking fuck them. And one of the scenes they had, he's a fully grown man now, but he was a boy when this happened. He showed the wedding rings that him and Michael Jackson went and bought. You know, they would go to the jewelry store and they would tell the people, oh, we're buying this for a girl, but the girl just happened to be the same ring size as this little boy, so we're letting the little boy try it on. But they were basically, you know, wedding type rings, you know, commitment rings that they bought for each other. Well, they didn't buy for each other. Michael Jackson bought for both of them, and they would wear them as a sign of their commitment for each other. And the little boy thought, you know, he was Michael Jackson's boyfriend, because he was. You know, they were walking around together, holding hands, and they were fucking, and they were boyfriend and girlfriend. That's what they were. So, Michael Jackson, sick fuck. Totally sick. What is happening here? Okay. It is easier to lose belief in the moon landing over here than lose your prescribed religion. Yeah. The thing about losing your religion is people invest their entire lives into it, right? You invest your entire being, your entire soul, and it's really hard to admit to yourself that what you've done for your entire life, what you put your entire self into for your entire life, is not true. You know, it's very hard on the ego, because that's basically admitting that you've wasted your fucking life, and people just don't seem to have the ability to do that. They'd rather stay in their delusion than admit their ignorance. So, very sad. I became an atheist around 16, before I questioned things, but never really thought about it. Yeah. Well, a lot quicker than I did. It took me a while, but like I said, now I grew up in Mississippi, and I grew up, you know, deep inside the cult of Christianity, and I didn't want to let it go. You know, it was scary, basically. It was scary to question, because questioning meant the possibility of being tortured forever. You know, why would anybody take even the slightest chance they might be tortured forever? You know, even if there's only a 1% chance you might be tortured forever, Why would anybody take that chance? Because that's literally the worst thing the human mind can imagine, which is exactly why Christianity chose that. They chose the absolute worst thing the human mind could imagine to scare you with, so that they could, sell you the fake cure for their fake disease that they created. Very effective, though. Wasn't he chemically castrated? I looked this up, and there's no evidence this happened. This is a conspiracy theory that was spread by the doctor who actually killed him. And the doctor claimed he was on some kind of drug that was actually in clinical trials back when he claimed he took it, which makes it almost impossible that he was actually on this drug. And so a lot of people have come forward and said that the medical evidence doesn't really seem like he could have possibly been chemically castrated. That is just something people are making up in his excuse for him. So no evidence for that. I think it's a conspiracy theory at this point. My mother wrote about a school shooting in Littleton, Colorado. Look it up. Okay, I'll do. Thanks, Facebook. It only took you 19 minutes to notify me Dusty went live. Well, thanks for joining me now. I appreciate it. Somebody's thinking, not joke. Hi, guys. How you doing? Friend me, Dusty. Okay, well, I can't really do that right now. Yes, I'm back in Mississippi. I moved out of Denver and moved back to Mississippi and started an animal sanctuary. That's really what I wanted to do. I feel like I was kind of a douche in Denver. I had a lot of fun and I was partying really hard and shit, but I didn't really feel like I was myself and really feel like I was living up to being as good of a person as I could possibly be. So I changed it. I moved back to Mississippi and I'm working on it. I'm trying. What's up, Andrew Raymond Bach? How's it going? Are you single, Dusty? No, I'm not single. I have a girlfriend. But I just don't, bring her into the spotlight very often because people fuck with me so much that I don't want them to fuck with her. So it sucks, but, what you gonna do? Dusty, we need to hang out someday soon. Seriously. Okay. If you're ever in Mississippi, you can buy me a beer. Sounds good. Hey, Dusty, do you have a BitChute account? I don't think so. Did his doctor die? I don't know if he died or not. So, anyway, moving on. Have a few things I want to talk about. Basically, what I do is I either bookmark stuff on Facebook or Twitter to remind me of what I want to talk about. So, that's what you guys will see in the background. There's my beautiful face. What's up, Dusty? How you doing, dude? Killer. Really look forward to do this CODcast again. It's been a damn long while since I've done this. But I'd like to get it started up again. I wish I could have done this on YouTube. But eventually I will be doing this on YouTube. Eventually I'm going to start it up and be doing this weekly. I'll probably do it on Mondays because I think that's the day of the week that there's less TV on. So probably Mondays at 8 o'clock from now on would be... Oh yeah, back to this Abducted in Plain Sight. A few people left funny pictures on it, and I thought I would share with you guys. Get in, loser. We're going masturbating. Okay, that's what friends do, right? When you're driving with your friends and they pull over and they're like, I need some relief, you just start jacking them off. That's just a normal thing all friends do, right? No. Sorry, I've never jacked off a friend. I've never jacked off in front of a friend. I don't even like touching my friends. I don't even like shaking hands, okay? You're a dude. There's really not much reason for us to be touching. That's just my opinion. That may sound a little bit homophobic, but I'm not homophobic. I'm a little bit gay, but I don't know. Not that gay. Let's see. And this one says, when you cheat on your wife with the guy she's cheating on you with, but he's actually cheating on you both with your daughter. That's exactly what the fuck happened. All a bunch of sick people. This guy must have been sexy as fuck because everybody wanted to fuck this dude. Wife wanted to fuck him. Dad wanted to fuck him. Daughter wanted to fuck him. His wife wanted to fuck him. Everybody wanted to fuck this dude. Now, I've seen the pictures of him. He wasn't that great looking. I don't really fucking get it, but he must have had some goddamn machismo, some kind of sexual ass charisma. So I'm glad he stayed away from me, man. I might be on my knees sucking his dick right now. No idea. He like magic and shit. And, yeah. Release the Kraken! And the guy did. He released his Kraken, and the guy jacked his Kraken. So, anyway, those are cute. And let's see what else we got. A lot of people all the time say I look like this guy. This is, Vladimir Lenin, who was a great dictator who murdered a bunch of people. A lot of people are like, hey, you look just like Vladimir Lenin. Yeah, I'm the reincarnation of Vladimir Lenin, so don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. You don't even know. You don't even fucking know. So anyway, oh yeah, I fucking almost died. Last night, I almost fucking died, right? So I'm sitting here watching TV. I'm watching this Michael Jackson documentary. And then all of a sudden, there's a fucking loud explosion right next to me on my fucking bed. A fucking explosion. And then this piece of metal whips by. I mean, it whips by real fucking close. And it smashes into my wall over here. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. I was like shocked and jumped. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. I literally thought somebody had shot through my window or something. And I was looking around trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. And then I was in shock for a minute. And so I finally looked around and I finally realized what had happened. I have this heater. It's so fucking, this is dumb. Like, I already know this is dumb. You don't have to tell me. You can tell me it's dumb if you want to, but I already fucking know it's dumb. So you don't really have to. But anyway, I had this fucking heater. Can you see it? Yeah, this heater right here. It's the coldest day of the year yesterday for some reason. It's cold as fuck tonight too, but it was really cold yesterday. And so for some reason, in March, it decided to get down to 20. So I got this heater out, this electric heater, and it has this little sensor on the bottom that trips when it gets knocked over. But my dumb ass put a piece of tape over it because I got tired of it fucking tripping every time I got up off the bed. And so I basically disabled the safety feature. And what happened is when I got up to go make me some food and I came back, I knocked this fucking heater over and it fell on top of my lighter. And it must have sat there and cooked for like 10 minutes. And then the whole goddamn thing exploded next to me and almost murdered me. So yeah, I'm a fucking moron. Like, that is goddamn dumb as shit. I'd be so embarrassed if that was the fucking way I died. Can you imagine that? Idiot disables his heater's safety mechanism and kills himself with an exploding lighter. That's the way I want to go. I want you guys to remember me like that for eternity. Stupid Dusty. So, next up, on Twitter, there's a pretty interesting development. Terry Crews, you guys know who that is? That's the guy, it's the big muscled up black guy from, I was going to say Parks and Recreations, that's not it. The fuck is he? He was President Camacho in Idiocracy, and he's on, what is that cop show called? 911, something 911. What is it? Somebody tell me what it is. What the fuck is it? No one's saying it. Okay, anyway, he's on one of the cop shows, and he's really popular. He's been really popular in the Me Too movement because I guess he was sexually assaulted by another dude, and he's gone public saying, hell no, I might be a big buff fucking dude, but you do not sexually assault me, motherfucker. I will come after you. And the left has really loved him. He's been a fucking darling of the left. So anyway, it turns out he's also a giant Christian. And he came out and he said a couple things that people interpreted as being anti-gay or against gay couples and the children of gay couple. He said, I've reiterated this many times that same-sex couples and single parents can successfully raise a child. But I believe paternal and maternal love are like vitamins and minerals to humanity. No matter where you get that paternal and maternal love, my purpose is to give paternal love. And somebody says, love is not gendered. A child will not starve with only one gendered loving them. And then he says, but they will be severely malnourished, which basically is telling, same-sex couples their children will be malnourished because you need both of a man and a woman, which is ridiculous. You don't. Basically, gender at this point is just a social construct that's becoming more and more useless every day. There is no set of morals or teachings or lessons that you could be taught by a man that you can't be taught by a woman, and vice versa. None of this shit. Like, I was raised by my mom. My dad wasn't around a lot, and I really didn't have very many strong male role models in my life, and I fucking did fine. My mom had that shit nailed. She taught me everything I needed to know, and I had no fucking problems, and it wasn't necessary to have both genders. This idea of a gender construct is an outdated concept, and he's kind of still stuck in that outdated mentality, I think. He also went on to say, I have another very controversial statement to make, and I will, since I'm canceled anyway. As a human being, there are things you can only get from your mother, and that's just not true. I mean, if you have two dads, you can be perfectly fine. It happens all the time, and they've done studies that show that kids that have, two moms or two dads, they're perfectly fine, and in some cases, they're actually better off. So it's just kind of what he's saying is bullshit, and I kind of understand what he's saying too, like. In a way, he's saying that it doesn't matter if you get the paternal from like your uncles, or if you have two moms and one of them's like more manly and you get that paternal instinct from them. It's still the same, but it's still a bullshit point he's making, to be honest with you, in my opinion. And then somebody said, Terry Crews, your tweet about how kids need both maternal and paternal love was actually fucking offensive. One of my close friends has two mothers, and she is doing just fine. Please learn how to express your points better. And he's like, I explained it just like I meant to. You need both. He doubling down on this shit. So needless to say, this did not make the lefties who have been supporting him very happy. And he has been canceled, which is basically a new buzzword that means we used to like you, but we don't like you no more. Fuck off. I've been canceled so many times, it's unfucking believable. So many fucking people cancel me. I get canceled like daily, minutely. So, anyway, my feelings about this is that what he said was fucking stupid, you know. Yeah, I will point out, he did apologize for the first thing he said. He apologized for saying that if let's see, what part did he apologize for? This is where he says they will be severely malnourished if you don't have both man and woman. He did apologize for that. He said that wrong. It came out wrong. So credit for him for actually apologizing about that. But he doubled down on it after that. But anyway, like I said, I think what he said was stupid. But I'm not really like super outraged by him or ready to throw him off the bus yet or anything. It's not like he pulled a Jesse Smollett. You know, I've said a lot of stupid things. People make a lot of mistakes. And I think it's perfectly valid to call him out for it. To say what you said was stupid. We disagree. Explain why you disagree. But, you know, just to write somebody off completely because they've said something stupid or had a bad opinion, I don't really believe this rises to that level. So, what do you guys think about it? Give me your opinions on it. Let me read the comments. Glad you're okay, Dusty. Yes, I am glad I'm okay, too. I definitely could have been murdered by my stupidity. Scott is coming down here for fish for some crappie soon. You know you can buy fish at the store, right? I used to live, like, right in front of my own big private lake. I've been made fun of about that. Like that song I just played that you guys didn't hear at the beginning, that it made fun of me because I used to live on a private lake. But anyway, I lived there for like 3 or 4 years and I never once went fishing because it's outside and that's icky and there are bugs out there. So fuck that. And they got fish at the store. So what's the point? He did more than jack him off. Let's be real. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's talking about the dad that let his daughter get raped by the pedophile. Yeah, he says that he just jacked the guy off, but pretty clear they were probably having some kind of really deep sexual affair, and that's why he did not want the guy to reveal that they were having it. So he basically signed off and let him get away with raping his daughter because he didn't want to be embarrassed publicly. And so, of course, he had to make up something to explain what the guy had on him that he could blackmail him with. So basically he just said, I just jacked the guy off a little bit. But probably he sucked the guy's dick and got butt fucked and shit like that. Yeah, he probably did gargle with the gentleman's mayonnaise. What the fuck, drug dealer again? No, it wasn't a drug dealer. It was just my own fucking stupidity. I am really stupid sometimes. Glad you're okay, Dusty. Thank you. I am also glad that I'm okay. Let me slip into something more comfortable. I'd like to slip into you and get more comfortable. Gay. All right. Oh, yeah. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's right. I couldn't think of the Brooklyn part. I said 911. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've like seen every episode of that show, too, and I'm not even stoned, and I couldn't think of it. It's hard, folks, when the camera gets on you, and you got to fucking run your goddamn mouth nonstop. That's why I edit this shit. I edit all my fuck-ups, so I seem like a genius, but I ain't. Just a normal fucking fella. I had a lighter explode in my pocket when I walked into a movie theater. Well, holy shit, that sounds dangerous as fuck. Hey, my light dropped down. God damn it, lights. Technical difficulties. There we go. Much better. Let's see. Dusty is behind on the feed. Yes, sorry. I'm talking and then reading the old questions. I don't know how else to do this. Eventually, I'll have it all set up where I can see the fucking feed right here live, my thing, but... Well, you know, slowly but surely we're going to do it, folks. You know, I got to start somewhere, so I'm just going to jump on here and do this and learn as I go. Showing up is like 80% of the battle. That's my experience, so it's a learning on the job type thing. I thought Dusty was dead. Nope, I am not dead. Not yet. I am not Luke Perry. Still kicking. Fish from the store is gross. No, actually here in... I guess I live in Grenada. I guess I can say that. I hate to even tell anybody where the fuck I live. But anyway, we have a big lake here, and then we have a little grocery store right here that's not too far from where I live, and they get fresh fish from that lake and they sell it. So it's basically like you just went and caught it yourself. Grow your hair out, Dusty. My hair is pretty long. It's not that long, but it's long enough. Farm raised fish is poison. Yeah, I'm not talking about farm raised fish. It's only gay if you go past the first knuckle. True that. Okay, so we're going to move on now. What else we got on Facebook to talk about? Talking about doing the CODcast again, which I did. Okay, I don't know if this is going to play because last time I did this, the audio didn't come through. Let's see if the audio's going to come through this time. No, I don't know. I don't understand why the audio was not coming through. Technical difficulties. I wonder if I switch it over to my sound card, it will come through. Let me test this out, folks. This is some excellent live programming right here, folks. Excellent fucking live programming. All right, let's see. At any rate, I can just play it from the TV and it will feed through my microphone. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear it good enough, but let's try it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so let me mute my microphone and I'll play this. But what this is these are a bunch of fucking asshole white, I want to call them children, I guess they're teenagers, and they're being racist as fuck. And this got released yesterday or the day before, I think. So let's listen to what they have to say, these racist motherfuckers. Alright, well, that was fucking awful. Fucking assholes. Everybody who, like, says, oh, racism no longer exists, or, you know, the Jussie Smollett situation proves that they're just faking all this racism. No, man. This is what a lot of fucking white people act like and they think when they don't think anybody's watching, when they don't know the cameras are fucking rolling. I grew up in this shit. This shit happened all the time. And, like, I can admit, like, I actually was kind of racist when I was a kid because I grew up in Mississippi. And it was just a normal, cool thing to do. Like when I was 13 and 14, saying the N-word, calling black people the N-word, and just talking bad about them. That was just like, it was normal. Like that's what you did to fit in. It wasn't like till I got older, I realized how fucking horrible that was and how embarrassed I am to think about that I was ever a fucking part of that. But, you know, this is common occurrence. So anyway, these fucking asshole kids, I hope you heard them. They're basically saying that we should put black people in concentration camps and we have to wait for them to all die off and the fucking Jews would run everything if the Holocaust wouldn't have happened. Just fucking awful, right? So anyway, it turns out that this fucking bitch, the main bitch here who was saying all this shit, was the daughter of a local car dealership owner. Get the fuck off. I have to back it up here. I was going to show you this guy's statement. What the fuck? Do it! Okay. So anyway, of course, he's in full panic mode that he's going to lose business because his fucking bitch-ass racist daughter went public with this. So he releases this statement that says, click on it. Come on, you got it. Earlier today, a video was circulated on social media that depicted high school kids hanging out and saying some really horrible things. One of the kids you can hear talking is my daughter. We believe that in that moment, she acted completely outside her character and certainly outside the moral and principles that we worked hard to instill in her throughout her lifetime. Yeah, right, dude, sure. I mean, I guess it's possible she learned that shit from her friends and not from her parents, but a lot of times that's learned from your parents. But like, I guess I can't say that because I did just say that I was somewhat racist when I was a kid, and I definitely did not learn that from my parents. Like, my mom was not racist at all. My dad was not racist. In fact, my dad probably slept with half the black girls in town. He definitely wasn't racist. He liked the brown sugar. No doubt about that. So I didn't learn that shit from them. But there are other members of my family, though, like my extended family and my grandparents and shit who were racist as fuck. So I did learn that from them, just not my parents. But I would guess that she probably learned some of this behavior from her parents, but maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know them. But anyway, he's basically like, our family, Mackenzie included, blatantly reject all forms of racism or bigotry, and the sentiments from this video do not accurately reflect her or our true feelings. This experience has proven to be a crucial lesson in her maturity, and she directly expresses her heartfelt apologies for her insensitivities. We are all truly sorry for Mackenzie's actions. It's like, yeah, right. She not racist. Dude, I listened to it. She racist as fuck, okay? She thought no one was listening, and she said what was truly on her fucking mind, and she's a racist goddamn cunt. Congratulations, you raised a little KKK member. Now, it is up to you to fucking fix that shit, and I don't blame at all if everybody fucking boycotts your goddamn dealership. If I was a black person, I wouldn't buy a fucking car from your motherfucking ass until you can teach your family to be better human beings. You don't fucking deserve that business. I understand why you're in damage control mode. You ought to be, you dumbass son of a bitch. Anyway, angry about that, everybody is, and everybody fucking should be. Next up, let's see what else Facebook has. Oh yeah, this is Trump in a fucking nutshell. I spoke with Darth Vader. He says he didn't do it. That's exactly what the fuck Trump acts like. He just got back from North Korea where he got owned by Kim Jong-un again. And there's a guy named Otto. I can't pronounce his last name. It starts with W, but I'm gonna call him Otto. Basically, he went over to North Korea like a dumbass. I don't know why you would even fucking go to North Korea if you're like a white dude. But then he tried to steal something like a sign or some kind of propaganda or some shit or whatever. Just like a goddamn idiot. Like, no clue what he was thinking. But anyway, basically, they arrested his ass and they put him in a concentration camp of some sort. And then Trump went over and big brave Trump, I'm going to get my boys back because I'm a big old badass. And he basically got North Korea to give the kid back. And the kid was basically brain dead. Died a few fucking days later, right? They fucking tortured the kid to death, right? And so Trump's over in North Korea and he's like, he said he brought it up to Kim Jong-un. I'm like, dude, you fucking tortured an American citizen and sent him back brain dead and shit. And he said Kim Jong-un was like, I didn't know anything fucking about it, dude. Trust me. It wasn't me. And so Trump was like, I believed him. Kim Jong-un seems like a kind of honest dude, you know? It's not like he's a brutal fucking dictator that had his own cousin eaten by dogs and shit, you know? It's not like he continuously tortures people in concentration camps all the time. He's a good sort. He wouldn't lie to me. And I don't know. It's just so fucking so frustrating that we have this guy in office. I mean, he's this giant goddamn toddler. And he did the same thing with Putin, of course. I don't know why Putin would hack into our elections. I don't see any reason he would. I don't see any reason that he would try to affect our elections and have somebody elected to our government that is going to be a much weaker leader and hurt our country. I mean, he is our biggest enemy on the planet. Why would he want to hurt our country? It doesn't make any sense. You know, and of course, he did the same thing with Khashoggi or however you pronounce it, that Washington Times reporter that was killed by the Prince of Saudi Arabia. Where he's like, the Prince of Saudi Arabia said he didn't do it. I believe him. When the FBI and every fucking body else in your intelligence services said they have proof he fucking did it. Everybody knows he did it. But Trump's like, he says he didn't do it. Shrugs. Let's sell them $1 trillion worth of weapons anyway. Who cares? But anyway, Trump loves fucking dictators. He don't give a fuck what they do. He will cover for them regardless. And it's just kind of disgusting. But the thing is, like, Trump supporters, they don't give a shit either. Like, Trump can literally do anything. He can literally let somebody come in and murder one of our journalists. He can literally let, like, happen with, how do you pronounce him? Erdogan, I think that's how you pronounce it, who was the president of Turkey. They came over to the United States, and there were people that were out there practicing their free speech, and they were protesting him. And his Muslim thugs on American soil went and violently attacked and beat up American citizens. And Trump was like, I don't care. Literally did nothing fucking about it. That's how much of a strong leader Trump is. But, like, even such ridiculous shit like that, his fan base is like, it's Trump. We love him anyway. He could do no wrong. Like he said, he could literally fucking shoot somebody and they wouldn't bat an eye about it. That's the goddamn truth. The funny thing is, I actually told my aunt, I was talking to my aunt who's a big Trump supporter, and I was like, and she was like, the reason I like Trump is because he's so honest. He just always tells the truth. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like literally one of the greatest liars in the history of our presidency. Like he may have told more lies than all the other presidents combined. I think they have something like 6,000 lies, documented lies since he's been president. And I was like, see, that's the thing with you. That's the thing with you Trump supporters. It does not matter what you do. It does not matter what he does. Just like he said, he could literally walk out on the street and he could murder somebody and you guys would still support him. And she said, he didn't say that. Hillary said that. He said that he was just telling people that Hillary said that. And I was like, what are you talking about? No, Hillary didn't say that. He said that. She's like, oh. And so I pulled up the footage of him saying that and showed her. She was like, oh, okay. Well, I still like him anyway. Yeah, I know you fucking like him anyway. Doesn't matter what the fuck he does. That's what he just said. He just told your dumb ass and it's true. So anyway, very frustrating. Fucking Trump. All right, time to read the comments. Answer the messages again. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Scroll through here. No sound. You have sound, right? Yeah, you hear that. Oh, you couldn't hear that? You couldn't hear that? You couldn't hear the racist people? Hopefully you did. It said you did. I don't know why you wouldn't have. Okay, let's see. Otto Warmbeer. Yeah, that's close enough. Trump should be thrown into the curb until he's mush. Well, I'm not really big on violence. I would just wish he was like in jail for all the crimes he committed. Of which there are many. Trump is incredibly naive or insanely stupid or both. Well, he is insanely stupid, but it's not just about that. It's just he just doesn't give a fuck. He knows he can say anything, and his fan base will believe him, and it's true. So truth does not matter. He doesn't have to tell the truth. Let's see. So is Hillary. I don't even know what that refers to. I hate Democrats and Republicans equally. Well, you shouldn't. You should hate Republicans much, much more because the two are not the same in any way whatsoever. Now, they are similar in ways, but if you actually look at the votes that each counts, they are vastly, vastly different. What Republicans do is generally extremely fucking evil, and what Democrats do is sometimes evil, but often, rather beneficial. So it's a false equivalence to say they're both equal. They're definitely not. We couldn't hear them. Okay, well, I'm sorry. It sucked. It lied to me. The video no sound. I have to edit that out, I guess. When I upload this to YouTube, I'll edit that out. Let me play it again then for you guys. It's on my Facebook if you want to see it, but I'll play it through my microphone and hopefully you guys can hear it. I'm not sure if it'll work or not, but it's worth listening to just because it's so fucking enraging. Technical difficulties. All right, let's see if this works. I'm going to turn it up. Boom. Boom, I got your boyfriend. I got your boyfriend. All right, I'll shut up and start over this. Here we go. What? God damn it, Dusty. Fuck. All right, one more time.
Fuck niggers, fuck Jews. Jews are fine. If the Holocaust never happened, Jews would be running the world right now. It's fine. We just need niggers gone. So
think about that.
Oreos.
Think about that.
What are you gonna do with them?
You stick it in concentration camps.
You have to wait till they die.
It's charging.
No, we run niggers because they do football for us and rap music, and we pay them for that.
No, they do nothing. You want to know what the fucking Democrat and whole Republican?
How about we just take out all the
Republicans
Democrats
are
and we get on the
niggers
strike?
that want to take white people's money who don't want to.
All right, that was disturbing. I hope you guys heard at that time. Basically, they were saying that we had to put black people in concentration camps, and if it wasn't for the concentration camps, Jews would run the world, and have to wait for other black people to die off, and just as racist as you can fucking possibly get. Goddamn white kids. Come on, white kids. The thing is everybody who was really upset with the Covington MAGA hat kids, the Indian guy beating the drum in the kid's face, they were so outraged by that, when this is the kind of shit they really should be outraged by. Not that kid just fucking standing there, but this type of shit. These motherfuckers actually deserve that condemnation. So, skipping ahead. Okay, Steve Shives. You guys know who Steve Shives is? Basically, he's a YouTube vlogger who, I guess most people think he's an SJW. I guess he is an SJW because he calls himself that, whatever that means. I don't even like that term anymore. That term basically is just a way to insult people and group a bunch of people together who are really loosely tied and not really supposed to be grouped together. But Steve Shives is probably most famous for blocking people. He uses block bots on places like Twitter, where the bots go through and they see if you're subscribed to somebody he doesn't like, and if you're subscribed to somebody who doesn't like, he will just block you. And so he has all these people blocked that he's never even communicated with. So basically, I was just pointing out, I don't have a huge problem with Steve. I have a problem with some of the shit he said, and people have pointed out some they posted on this, some of the stuff he said that I think is pretty stupid. But overall, he gets hated like he raped somebody, and I think it's kind of over the top. I think the hate towards him is kind of ridiculous, the amount he gets. But anyway, I've spoken to him on Twitter, and I've directly told him I disagree with his blocking. I think that's a pussy move. And the reason why is very simple, and it's like this. Basically, we are just biological machines, and our brains are just biological computers, right? Our senses take in data, and that data is interpreted by our operating system of our brain. And because we're all idiots, our operating system is very, very bad. It needs to evolve and upgrade rapidly, but it doesn't because we're fucking morons. So how you evolve your operating system is you learn new information, and you take in new data, and you learn from your biases. You try to discover what your biases are and tackle them and overcome them. And one of the greatest ways to possibly do this is through constructive criticism. Use other people's experiences, other people's brains, basically, to tell you what the fuck's wrong with you. And when you shut yourself off from that data completely, when you block everybody who's going to say anything critical of you, you shut yourself off to some incredibly important information that's very beneficial. Now, it can be very time-consuming to sort through the information to see what's useful, like what's useful constructive criticism and what criticism is not useful whatsoever. And this method is really bad on your ego because you get insulted constantly. But once you get over your ego, you realize just how valuable this data is. You know, criticism is good. It helps you evolve. It's great for your personal growth. And so if you shut yourself off to that, you really lose a key to helping yourself grow as a person. And so, you know, I'm against that. That's why I don't have a single person blocked or muted on any of my social media accounts. That's kind of something I'm known for. Everybody is allowed to say anything to me they want to, and how I handle that is on me, you know. And that's the way I feel about that. But I've heard his side of the story. He's basically like, I don't even want my mind focused on these assholes. I don't even want to hear their words. I had more better things to do with my beautiful mind than listen to these pieces of shit. And I kind of get that, but at the same time, I still think you're hobbling yourself and, you know, not doing yourself any favors when you shut yourself off to that kind of thing. Cult the Dusty Cast. Who blocked who, y'all? We're talking about Steve Shives. The CODcast, yes, that is the Cult of Dusty podcast. I used to do this several years ago. I did several episodes, and for years I've had people ask me to continue to do it. And just didn't feel like it. But now I decided, hey, you know, I'm fixing to do a podcast with Vadim, the guy from Creationist Cast. I think his last name is Newquist. And Tim Blake, Tim Demotivator. He's another guy that's been blocked off Twitter permanently by the anti-SJWs, the free speech warriors. They don't like us, so they make sure we're banned everywhere we go. So we're going to do a podcast. I think we're filming the first episode Friday. And I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. But the difference is that podcast is kind of being run by Vadim. He's kind of in control of it, and he's going to be the main host, it seems like, and I'm going to be more of a supportive role. So he's going to be the one talking the most and guiding the show, and I'm going to be kind of back up. And so I kind of wanted an outlet where I could just really talk about whatever I wanted to, and I could completely control the show and say whatever I wanted to say. And so that's why I'm going to do the podcast again. I'm going to start it back up, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you're enjoying the show. Tell your friends. There's opposing views and steadfast ignorance despite evidence to the contrary. Well, true, but it's hard to know what's what if you shut everybody who disagrees with you off. You kind of got to listen to it and sort through it yourself. Yeah, it isn't. I know people don't like having their views challenged, but I don't like having my views challenged either, but it's beneficial. You know, I learn a fucking shitload from you guys. And, you know, hopefully I teach you guys some things too. Like I said, feel free to ask me whatever you guys want to ask me. No question is off limits. Good stuff. Thoughts on Sanders running again? I think Bernie Sanders is a fine candidate. I think he has a good chance. He's getting a lot of shit. My friend Christy Winters, Dr. Christy Winters, you guys know her? She hates him for some reason. But I mean, you know, anybody that helps us get Trump out of office, I would think that she would support him over Trump. You know, just he's way better than fucking what we have. So I'll throw my weight behind him. Difference in opinions fosters humility when you're wrong. Yeah, it's a great way to learn. Like, being wrong is the best way to fucking improve yourself, because then you learn, oh shit, I was wrong about that. And that's great, because I don't have to be wrong anymore. I can upgrade my operating system. I can evolve. It's a really good thing. People are too afraid of failure. I mean, everybody thinks it's like, you like start and then you either succeed or you fail, but that's not how it is. You start and then you fail, and then you succeed. You fail your way to the top, basically. That's the only way you can really do it. I've failed so many fucking times. I fail daily. Still failing. Failing in this podcast. How many times I failed in this podcast already? But you know what? Next time it's going to be fucking better. Next time after that, even better. Thoughts on abolishing the Electoral College? It should be done immediately. It should have been done a long time ago. The Electoral College was a slave-era system that helped slave states have more power. And people are like, oh my God, if you make everybody's vote count the same, then people in big cities will dominate the elections because there's more of them there, and it would disenfranchise those living in rural places. Well, fuck them then. If giving everybody an equal vote disenfranchises you, then fuck you. You deserve to be disenfranchised. Your vote should not count less simply because of the geography you live in. You know, if I live in the Midwest and my vote counts a certain amount, and I move to LA and my vote certainly counts less simply because of where I live, that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. Who gives a shit if the big population centers dominate elections? All votes should count the same. We should all be fucking equal. And if you disagree, I disagree with you. Bernie will never win. We are living in a corporatized oligarchy. I mean, we'll see. I think he would have won last time, so they wouldn't have fucking stolen the shit. Believe it or not, Dusty, you've taught me humility. Well, I'm so humble, I definitely can understand how I did that. I think humility is probably one of my greatest traits. It's the thing I'm most proud of, I think. What do you think of Ingo Swann and remote viewing? I think it's bullshit. I don't think that exists, and I would be happy to test them if I ever got the opportunity. I think they're just liar, con man. Grifters. Yes, the electoral college is very strange. Definitely an outdated concept. It basically was in place to give slave states more power because they could count their slaves a certain amount to how many delegates they get. So, stupid as shit. In this tweet, I was talking about all the beautiful women I've had sex with. Talk about how humble I am. This is a perfect example about that. I said, hey, I've had sex with some really beautiful women. But if I'm being totally honest, none of it was really that much better than masturbating to virtual porn. Considering what I had to go through to be with those women, the cost definitely wasn't worth it. As far as a cost-benefit analysis goes, it's not even close. If your life is focused on working out and working more hours at your job, all in the hopes of being better looking and richer to attract beautiful women, I highly recommend instead not doing any of that and just masturbating to virtual porn. It's 70% of the experience for 1% of the work, and that's just my opinion on it. You know, you put the headset on and you look left and you see the room you're in. You look right, you see the room you're in. You see the girl in front of you. You look up, you see her face. You look a little here, you see her titties. You look down, you see her pussy. She turns over, you see her ass. It's like she's in the room with you, you know? And you can't feel it, but it's the experience is very similar to being in the room with a real girl and watching a real beautiful girl make love to you. And so, like, if you're just whacking it or using a vibrator on your dick or something, you know, it's very similar to the experience. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's like 70% of the experience for much less work. So I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I got out there and I tried it, and it was too much work for me. Not worth it. I much prefer masturbation. It's so much easier. So, you're awesome, Dusty. You're awesome. How the fuck could I be awesome when you're so awesome? Kelsey Jansen is a sweetheart. Yeah, she is a sweetheart. What else? Also, did you hear about the possible debate between Matt Dillahunty and Doug Tenapal? No, I did not hear it. I actually tried to apologize to Matt Dillahunty for what I said about his wife and all that bullshit. I admit that I was wrong about that. I mean, I wasn't... When I say I admit that I was wrong about that, I was telling the truth, but I shouldn't have said that publicly. I was wrong to say what I said publicly. You don't really have to say every goddamn thing that comes into your head publicly, even if you do believe it's the truth. And I think what I said about his wife was inappropriate, and I wish I wouldn't have said that. I was being an asshole. And not only did I say that, but I was like a total jerk to him. Like, I went on Twitter, and I was like, fuck you, Matt Dillahunty. Debate me, you son of a bitch, you know? You're a coward. And I was just like I was probably drunk at the time, but I was like a goddamn asshole. So anyway, he hates my guts. And even though I've tried to apologize and support him, he's like, fuck you, Dusty. I don't have anything to do with your apology, which is perfectly fine. Like, when you apologize to somebody, they do not owe you anything. They don't owe it to you to accept your apology, right? You can apologize, and how they handle it is on them, you know? And I still support Matt, even if he doesn't like me. I understand why he doesn't like me. He's right not to like me, and I don't really like the person I was that did that either, so no beef. I really enjoyed his debate against Jordan Peterson. I think he fucking destroyed Jordan Peterson, and I was very impressed, so you go, Matt. You are a good role model, Dusty, and you don't know me. It's a big thing to own one's mistakes. Yeah, owning your mistakes is the only way you can keep from looking stupid when you make them. Like, that's why I'm not scared to just say whatever I think in public. That's not why I'm not scared to be a loudmouth and have very opinionated ideas expressed. Because, like, when I fuck up, I just admit it. Okay, I'm dumb. I fucked up. I own it, and I don't think that anymore. And as long as you have that mindset, you don't really have to be afraid of saying stupid shit. It's only when you're afraid to own up to it that you have to be afraid, because then you look really stupid. Thoughts on TJ's podcast, Deep Fat Fried? I have never seen an episode. Not really that interested in TJ, to be honest with you. I mean, after, like, I'm going to cover it in a minute. I guess I'm going to talk more about this in a minute. Let's see if I can find it. Scroll down. Talk about Paul Joseph Watson. And I'll scroll back up after I find it. Can't be too far down here. This is excellent live television you're all watching right now. Watching me scroll down my Facebook to find some goddamn bullshit I posted last week. Where the fuck is it? It's gotta be here somewhere. I know you hope I find it soon, so I'll fucking quit singing. Where the fuck is it? Goddamn, it's all me. See my ugly goddamn face. I made this video and the lighting is all fucking off because I added like a red tint to it. And that looks like I'm fucking got stung by bees all over my goddamn face. Hey, this is what I used to look like. Look at that. This is me 20 years apart. This is my 20-year challenge. That was me when I was 24. And boom, there's me when I'm 44. Better with age. Aging like fine goddamn wine. Hells yeah. 20-year challenge. All right, keep scrolling. Scroll, motherfucker. Why ain't you scrolling? Goddamn Facebook. I will murder your goddamn family. All right, come on. Where is it? Where is it? Scroll, 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 scroll. Load, bitch. Ain't loading fast enough. Talk about that in a minute. Ooh, all kinds of shit to talk about. Now, here he is. I found it. So this is what Paul Joseph Watson does. For those of you who don't know who Paul Joseph Watson is, he's the anti-SJW conservative commentator that's really popular on both Twitter and YouTube. Conservatives, anti-SJWs fucking love this guy. But all he is a liar. He's been working for Alex Jones for 20 years, and he's one of the most leading purveyors of disinformation in the history of the internet. He just lies his ass off about fucking everything, and people love him for it. Like, he can lie and then get called out for it, and he'll be like, yeah, I lied, but it's hilarious. And everybody's like, yeah, that was hilarious. You lied to us. We love you, Paul. He's basically like Trump. It doesn't really matter if he lies to people. They want to be lied to by him. So anyway, he basically posts things all the time to try to make it look like liberals are destroying Western society in Europe and make everybody scared of Muslims and the foreigners are going to get you. So he's always posting bullshit. So he posted this. Swedish municipality places veiled Muslim woman on welcome sign to promote diversity. It later turns out the mosque she is associated with supports ISIS. Sweden is finished. So it's, ooh, be scared. It's cultural Marxism. Now they're putting fucking Muslims on signs in Sweden to try to make you all accept all these Muslims coming in and taking over your jobs. And they're basically just inviting ISIS to come in and murder you all. Be afraid of the immigrants. The immigrants are going to get you. And all this is fucking, it's thinly veiled racism is what it is. I mean, I am no fan of Muslims. You guys know that. But I definitely am not going to treat anybody like shit simply because they're a fucking Muslim. That's ridiculous. You know, Muslims are good people. Most of them. The vast majority of Muslims are excellent people, just like the vast majority of Christians, just like the vast majority of atheists. And yes, a very, very, very small percentage of them are fucking evil shitheads, but that is the minority of them, right? So I would never fucking treat a Muslim person bad just because they're a Muslim. I'm not scared of them. I think they deserve to be helped and respected just like anybody else does. But these people are xenophobic, people like Paul Joseph Watson, and they want to scare their fan base by making them think that the evil Muslims and the evil fucking immigrants are going to come in and hurt everybody. So they put up bullshit like this. So here's the true story behind this. Okay, if you actually look into it, you realize what happened. How context-free bullshit spreads online. The case of the veiled woman on a Swedish billboard. So, the town of Gaval, I guess I should pronounce that, put this image up to show a local resident. The sign says, "Welcome to Gaval," with the woman's name underneath. Because the woman is veiled, some were angry. Next, motherfucker! Do it! Alright. Of course, the implicit suggestion in many of the articles and tweets was that this woman was somehow selected to be the lone representative of the town of Gaval. That this was the image to represent the city. Well, that's not quite the case. The woman selected was one of 100 city residences nominated by fellow residents to represent the town to the outside world. Images of different people were all over town, and the billboard in question outside the town was digital and showed a different person every week. Here's the website with the 100 people selected to represent Gaval, a town which has seen a lot of immigration. I had a quick look, and of the 100 people on the list, again, nominated by residents, 4 are women who wear hijab. Next. let's go back to the woman on the billboard. Why was she nominated by her fellow townspeople to represent Gavall? It turns out that she's a teacher who has worked at a number of schools and despite battling cancer has continued her work with kids. Despite her cancer, she has always fought for kids at her school. She always tries to have a smile on her face and never gives up. Most students and teachers in town know her and have nice things to say about her. That's why she deserves to be Gavall Resident of the Year. So what bothered people about the ad was simply that the woman wears a hijab, which is exactly true. This is fucking xenophobia. They're trying to make you afraid of these people. They're trying to bullshit and take things out of context to make you afraid because that's how they make money. There are fear merchants that scare people into buying their shitty products and clicking on their videos because idiots are too stupid to actually look up the shit they're saying to see that they're being lied to. Why she was nominated was irrelevant. The fact that she was a well-liked teacher who battled cancer doesn't fit the narrative. Neither does the fact that she was nominated by fellow townspeople. Also doesn't fit the Islamification of Sweden narrative that, of the 100 people selected to represent Gavall in this campaign, just 4 were veiled women. Of course, when you can't speak Swedish or don't want to mess up your narrative, that stuff slides by. Story also presented that the teacher had links to radicalism. The link, she gave an interview in 2009 about the opening of a new mosque in town. 6 years later, the imam of that mosque was accused of radicalism. Is she still a mosque member? Does she share his views? Never discussed, and it doesn't matter. These are the same people that bitch about guilt by association, but they'll fucking do that goddamn shit in a heartbeat in order to lie to you and scare it to you. Definitely not above that, right? So once again, on social media, a grain of truth. A woman with a job is selected to represent Gavall is exploded to decontextualize, awesome word, fact-free nonsense. As a late, sad, predictable conclusion, after the story of the billboard with the image of the woman spread, the digital billboard was vandalized on several occasions over the last weekend to the point where it stopped working. So assholes went out and fucking vandalized this teacher's picture who has cancer and is a good supporter of the children. Great job, Paul Joseph Watson. You're an awesome dude, you fucking lying piece of shit. So if you support this guy, goddamn shame on you. Fucking shame on you for this. Shame on you for supporting these lying fucking assholes. So that brings me to what the guy asked me about TJ. TJ was basically sucking Paul Joseph Watson's dick on Twitter, and Paul Joseph Watson was sucking his dick, and they were talking about how much they love each other, like watching each other's videos and respecting each other. And I was basically like, TJ, dude, stop fucking signal boosting for this asshole. This guy is a fucking liar. He's one of the most prevalent liars in the history of the internet. You know, we're supposed to be the skeptic community. This is the exact type of motherfucker we're supposed to be standing up against and debunking. That was the entire point of the skeptic community to begin with, you know, to attack motherfuckers like this, not to suck their dick. And TJ basically responded by threatening violence towards me. He even admitted it. He made a video called My Tiny Dick or something. And in that video, he admits that he was threatening violence upon me for basically calling him out on this shit. That's their response to this kind of stuff. They act like children. Oh, you called me out? Well, I will beat you up, motherfucker, because you're old and you're tiny. And so, like, I took so much shit on Twitter for just simply telling people, hey, you know, you shouldn't fucking support these people. And they're like, you're just trying to fucking stay relevant. You're just trying to start shit with people. You're just trying to fucking be popular by starting drama. And it's literally them who are threatening violence of me for simply saying you should not support these people and signal boost for them. So that's my experience with these people. And I've had bad experience with TJ lying about me in the past. So we're not really close friends. But at the same time, I don't really have that much against TJ. Like, I don't really care that much. He hasn't treated me very well or been very nice to me, and he has threatened violence towards me. But at the same time, I don't really pay that much attention to him anymore to give that much of a shit about it. So anyway, let me read through the comments now that I've had this segment. Okay. Hey, Dusty, how long did it take you to research Hillsong and Brian Houston? Shout out from Australia. I don't know, like 10 hours? Something like that. I did make a small mistake on that video. I said that Chris Pratt was a member of the New York chapter of Hillsong, and he did go to that church, but now he goes to a church called Zoe in Los Angeles. But it's still just a franchise of Hillsong. Like I explained in the video, Hillsong has franchised their church basically out all over across the world. And just like McDonald's does, basically. And Zoe Church in LA is just another Hillsong branch. Basically, Hillsong is, you can kind of think of it like it's a denomination. Like when they say, hey, Zoe Church is a Hillsong church. Hillsong is so famous for the kind of church they put on that when you say it's a Hillsong church, people know exactly what to expect when they go there. Just like if you say, hey, that church over there is a Baptist church. People are like, oh, okay, I have an idea of that denomination. I know what Baptist church are about. So, I understand what I'll experience if I go there. That's a Catholic church. Hillsong is basically its own denomination they've created, and then they franchise it out to make tons of money. If you haven't seen my video on this, I explain how Hillsong was started by a pedophile and covered up. The pedophilia was completely covered up, and all the people that go to Hillsong basically support these pedophiles and these people that cover up pedophilia. Evil anti-gay people. Thoughts on TJ? I already did that. Okay. I like anybody who destroys Peterson. Yeah, TJ's done a good job destroying Peterson. TJ always does what I do 6 months ago. It's always funny. Like I always call him out. I was like he was sucking Sargon's dick one time, and I was like, in 6 months, you'll stop sucking Sargon's dick. You realize he's a fucking idiot. And then 6 months later, he stopped doing that shit. Destroying Jordan Peterson is an accomplishment once you get him past the $5 words. Yeah, it's just word salad, trying to use big words. And Jordan Peterson tries as hard as he can not to actually take any positions, so he can't be caught out or anything. So when you actually call him out on the stupid shit he says, he's like, I didn't say that. I just said we should think about that. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying it might be true and we should deeply consider it. He's always trying to find a way to weasel out of the shit he says. Unlike me, I just say what I fucking mean. It's your bandwidth, funny man. I don't know what that means. Is it having trouble feeding? It should be pretty good. I have an awesome internet connection. Don't see why that would be a problem. How about a serious debate? Logic. A serious debate about what? What would you like to debate me about? I'm actually going to set up a new Discord server, and so people can jump on my program and they can say whatever they want to me. If you want to debate me or talk to me, we're going to set that up, and you can come on and you can say whatever you want to me, and I'll respond the best way I can. Your anti-Muslim videos are what initially got me into you, as I'd used to evangelize. Yeah, like I said, I will never be mean to a person just because they're Muslim. I treat them with respect, and I love them. They're just my fellow human beings like everybody else. But as soon as you start spreading that bullshit, I'm definitely going to stand up and explain to you why it's bullshit. I'm not going to let you just spread lies unchecked. That's not cool. So I'll stand up to the spread of Islam everywhere I can, but I won't be rude to somebody just because they're a fucking Muslim. That's bullshit. You've claimed to be Islamophobic in prior videos. How have your views changed? I guess Islamophobia is basically an irrational fear of Islam, and I don't have an irrational fear of Islam. It's not irrational. I mean, I've read it. I've seen what Islam does to people. It's not a good religion. It's worse than Christianity, if that's hard to believe, but it is. And so it definitely deserves to be stood up and fought. And you can stand up and you can fight Islam and fight the people that spread Islam without, attacking somebody simply from being a Muslim. Or being afraid of them or trying to ban them from the country simply for being a Muslim. I'm not for any of that shit. As far as I'm concerned, they're my fellow human beings, and they deserve respect and love and kindness and help, just like anybody else does. I would treat them just like I would treat an atheist. Right up to the point where they start preaching to me, What did you say the name of the video was? It's called My Tiny Dick or something like that. He named it that because he was kind of, I think I hurt his feelings because I was making fun of his penis size, which wasn't cool. I was just mad. I was kind of drunk too. Like when he threatened me violence, when he threatened violence, it's TJ. So TJ's like a foot taller than me, but it's TJ. So I'm not scared of TJ because it's TJ. So I was like, I just kind of went off on him. And I was like, yeah, dude, you want to fucking threaten violence on me? Let's do it fucking live on pay-per-view for charity. I will whoop your ass live on pay-per-view for charity, motherfucker. Let's do this. Of course, I was just kidding. I'm not going to fight anybody. I'm a grown-ass man, When you fight somebody, they have a tendency to punch you in the face, and that shit hurts. No, thank you. I don't want that. So I was just bullshitting. But anyway, then I was making fun of his penis, I think, because I was drunk and I was pissed off. And if you guys, I'm sure you guys are aware of the banana video. His penis is on the internet if you really want to see it. I don't know why you would, but so I kind of made fun of it. I think I hurt his feelings. So he made a video called My Tiny Penis where he explained how tiny his penis was. And in that video, he mentions that he did threaten me with violence. My son has 3 tours in the Middle East. It made me really sad. Those people got fucked over for oil. Yeah, that's a bad situation, man. They killed like 1 million of those people. We could have solved fucking most of global warming with that money. Could have had universal health care. Could have solved fucking homelessness. Could have solved hunger. But no, gotta fucking start wars and shit. It's America for you. That dude just trolling, Dusty. I don't know what dude you're talking about. Thoughts on Jeff Holiday? Me and Jeff have had some run-ins before. He used to brag about being part of the whole Kekistan thing or being behind it. Like he claims that he helped start it, and that shit was just cringy as fuck, man. But it's completely taken over by the right-wingers. It was mostly huge on the Donald subreddit. That was the place it was the biggest. And it was definitely used to promote a right-wing agenda, and I don't know why you'd want to be connected to that anyway. I think eventually he got embarrassed of it and kind of pulled away from that. And I saw some kind of podcast he was doing the other night where he was drunk. It was from a while back, I guess a couple months ago, but he was drunk and acting like an idiot. But for the most part, I don't really think about him that much, so don't care that much. What is your take on that guy, Elon Musk? He's a human being, so as all human beings, he's stupid sometimes and says dumb shit that he shouldn't say and acts like a moron sometimes. But ultimately, I respect the guy and think he's, trying to at least head our world into a more evolved direction, which I really appreciate. And definitely a guy who looked like he did in his early days, stepped it up and improved upon himself and his age, and is dating some amazingly attractive women. So kudos to you, billionaire Elon Musk. Let's see. You see Alex Jones on Rogan podcast? The shiniest corn in the turd. Yeah, I saw him on there. Don't really have much to say about that. I don't like really giving him too much attention. And I know Joe did it for ratings, but Joe has all these people on there, and he lets them just say whatever bullshit that they want to say, and he doesn't really challenge them very hard, which I don't really think is the best way to do that. I think if you have a platform, especially a huge platform, with great power comes great responsibility, to quote Uncle Ben. So I don't think he lives up to his responsibility a lot of times, and he lets people say things that they shouldn't say. He expects the audience to be smart enough to know what's true and what's not true. Like, just for example, like, not too long ago, he had, who the fuck is that guy's name? God, I can't think of it now. It's that old rocker who had a machine gun, and Newt. Is that his name? Newt? Ted Nugent. That's what it is. The Nuge. He had Ted Nugent on, and Ted Nugent was like talking about how vegans actually kill more animals than non-vegans, because when the farmers go out to plow the ground up to plant all these vegetables, they kill more animals doing that than actual non-vegans eat. And Joe Rogan was like, "That's an excellent point. That's an excellent point, Nuge. That's really good, but it's stupid. That's so fucking stupid." In fact, they've done scientific studies that prove that's absolutely not true. It sounds stupid, and it is stupid. And Joe Rogan doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, didn't correct him at all, and just let him spread that bullshit. And he shouldn't really do that, in my opinion. But what you gonna do? Why doesn't he just work out his penis? Anyone can have decent-sized dick. It's called jelking. You guys ever jelking? Basically, you jack off really hard over and over again, and you elongate and swell up your penis. I've never tried it, but I hear it works. Actually, it doesn't work at all. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. They say it works, but it really doesn't. I'm sorry, but the U.S. only seems interested in having the biggest dick. I mean, military. Yeah, it's definitely a big dick wagging contest. The military is bankrupting our country. We're $22 trillion in debt right now. It's just it's a shit show. But, we have people in Trump in power who thinks it ain't big enough. It needs to be as big as my giant hands. And so, they're just going to run us all into the ground. Vegans, laughing my ass off. Yeah, I can't pronounce words. Like, my last video, I couldn't pronounce the word, what was it? What was that fucking word I couldn't pronounce? Oh, God, I can't remember what it was. But I have trouble pronouncing shit because my accent is really thick. And I have a mush mouth, too. And so words just don't tend to come out correctly sometimes. I can't say it. Infamously. I don't know why I can't say that goddamn word. Infamously. I did 90 goddamn takes and I couldn't fucking say that word. So I was eventually like, just fuck it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Infamously. Infamously. Fuck it. That's hard. God damn it. Anyway. Moving on. Let's scroll back up here because I passed some kick-ass shit to talk about. How long have we been doing this? Been going on. Holy shit. We've been doing this 90 minutes already? Fuck me. That just went by real quick. Holy shit, dude. Okay, well, I guess I do a 2-hour show and give it up, because, damn, I did not expect it to go that. This was easy. Shit. This was really easy to do. I'm going to have to do this more often. I don't know why I didn't do this before. This was easy as fuck. I don't know if you guys are enjoying the show or not, but I'll do this more often because this is not hard to reproduce. I just like open up and literally talk about the same shit I talk about all the fucking time. Scroll. The Itchy and Sketchy Show. Okay, come on. Awesome television right here. You guys are so enjoying me scrolling down. Ooh, I'm gonna get 1 million viewers. I'm gonna be more famous than PewDiePie. Speaking of which, let's talk about PewDiePie. Let's look at the fucking PewDiePie countdown. In fact, let me scroll down to... Let me just search. If I just search for it, that'd be a lot easier than scrolling down to the bottom of the goddamn universe. Activity log. I'm gonna search my activity log so you guys can know what the fuck I'm talking about. PewDiePie. So anyway, I made a tweet about PewDiePie, and it did not go well for me. What? Oh, no. Okay. I'll search for the wrong thing. Let me search for NPC instead. Boom. No, what the fuck? Where is it? What? I don't know. What the fuck? Am I going to have to scroll to find this goddamn bullshit? What the fuck? Okay, I guess I'll have to scroll because I can't find it. Anyway, awesome show, Dusty. Doing great. I made a tweet about PewDiePie on Twitter, and it went semi-viral, and his fans basically attacked the fuck out of me. It was really strange because, like, it's the same people that call everybody else NPCs, and they all basically said exactly the same thing to me. Just exactly like they're in a hive cult mentality, which they basically are. PewDiePie fans are strange, I kind of find out. Ooh, PewDiePie's up to 57,000. He pulled out way ahead. Like, T-Series closed in on PewDiePie, and they actually passed PewDiePie last week. T-Series is an Indian, I guess an Indian channel that plays movies from Bollywood or clips from Bollywood movies. And PewDiePie fans have been lying and saying that the reason it's so popular is because when you sign up for YouTube from India, it automatically subscribes you to T-Series, but that's not true. That's a lie that PewDiePie fans are telling. It's just popular because they're bringing in 1 billion new people from India, and they love Bollywood. You know, Bollywood makes more movies than Hollywood does. Bollywood's the #1 movie maker in the world, and Bollywood movies are incredibly popular in India, so obviously the #1 channel based on Bollywood is going to be hugely popular. So anyway, PewDiePie fans have been going out and spamming for months and months and months for everybody to subscribe to PewDiePie. Basically giving him tens and tens of millions of dollars in free advertisement. This multimillionaire that doesn't need it. PewDiePie does not need the money. He doesn't need the subs at all. And the thing is, if you say, I'm doing that for fun, like I think that PewDiePie should be #1 on YouTube for as long as possible because he's not a corporation and it's just a fun thing to do that we're going to try to keep him on top, and I'm doing it for fun, to spamming him and trying to make everybody sign up for him. I got no problem with that, you know, as long as you say you're doing it for fun, have fun, you know, that's your business. But that's not what people are doing. People are claiming, no, the reason that we are spamming tens of millions of dollars in free advertisement to PewDiePie is because we are fighting for the soul of YouTube. You see, YouTube was meant for independent creators, and the moment PewDiePie is no longer at the top of the heap, YouTube would no longer take independent creators seriously, and it's seriously going to damage YouTube. And so we're doing this for the independent creators, spamming tens of millions of dollars at PewDiePie. And that's just bullshit. And that's just absolutely not true in any fucking way whatsoever. And when you start spreading bullshit to me, I have to just call bullshit on it. No, you're not. This has absolutely no effect on the behavior of YouTube whatsoever. It does not matter if PewDiePie is #1 or number 30. YouTube's behavior won't change whatsoever. This is a claim you guys are making with no evidence backed up. To make this claim, you must first have evidence that YouTube's behavior is somehow different because PewDiePie is #1, or prove that they've said or are planning on doing something differently with their behavior once he's no longer #1. But none of that's going to happen because YouTube is an algorithm program. Like it's talking about Google. Google is an algorithm company. And as a publicly listed company, they are legally obligated to make as much money as possible. They have to. And since they are an algorithm company, they have to make an algorithm that makes as much money as possible, which is exactly what they've done. The algorithm on YouTube is simply there to make money. If the algorithm detects that they will make more money by playing you a PewDiePie video, they will play you a PewDiePie video, or they'll recommend it to you. And if the algorithm determines that they will make more money by showing you a Jimmy Fallon video, they will show you a Jimmy Fallon video. It does not matter who is at the fucking top. It does not matter who's the fucking bottom. It has nothing to fucking do with that whatsoever. So by claiming you're giving tens of millions of dollars in free advertisement to this multimillionaire who doesn't need it because you care about the independent fucking content creators is just bullshit. It is in no way helping the independent content creators. If you really wanted to help the independent content creators, instead of giving PewDiePie tens of millions of dollars in free advertisement, you would give that free advertisement directly to the small independent channels who are dying left and right and desperately need that. You know, the adpocalypse, unlike PewDiePie, has killed off tons of channels, and tons of independent channels are dying rapidly all over the fucking place, who desperately need this free advertisement, not a fucking multi-millionaire with 88 goddamn million subscribers. So don't claim you're fucking doing this for some kind of noble reason to save the independent fucking content creators, because you're not. It's just bullshit. Just admit it. You think it's a fun thing to do, and that's why you're doing it, and I wouldn't have any problem with it. But anyway, I said something similar, not in those exact words. I think I said I thought PewDiePie was mediocre and shitty, but basically the same thing, same spirit. And it's going to take me forever to scroll down to find this goddamn thing. But I just want to show you the response I fucking got from PewDiePie fans. It was literally like talking to a hive mind. And like I said, these are the same people that will call other people NPCs. If you don't know, an NPC is the new buzzword that conservatives and anti-SJWs use to make fun of liberals, to claim that we all say the same shit, that we all just repeat whatever the talking point we're supposed to repeat is. Like, we're not really human beings. We're just like robots that say whatever we're programmed to say. But it's crazy. That's exactly what these people did. And I'm going to scroll down. I guess ahead of time, I'm going to have to go through and find all these different subjects and open up a billion tabs so I don't have to scroll, do this a little bit better. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the show and will stick with me while I work all the kinks out. When I edit it, I'll probably just go back through and I would just edit this fucking... I'll edit all the scrollings. I'll be looking for the scrollings. I'll be like, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to watch your dumbass scroll, Dusty. How about I sing for you guys while we're waiting? Yeah. Who got the weed? Baby. Who got the only sweetest thing in the world? Who got the smoky, smoky? Who got the talky, talky? Who got the only sweetest thing in the world? Let's get real, let's get heavy, until the water breaks the levee. Let's get freed, freed. Who got the weed? Let's get freed, freed. Who got the weed? Well, let's get freed, freed. Who got the weed? All right, I almost found it. I'm getting close. That's my song called Who Got the Weed. All right, so I made that post about PewDiePie, and this was the response I got to it. Come on, load. Silence, boomer. This is all in 90 minutes, too. 90 minutes, these people let this messages. A boomer making a hot take? Boomer. Okay, boomer. Why is Dan Harmon being a boomer? Okay, boomer. Shut the fuck up, boomer. Boomer alert. Your boomer takes are so out of touch with reality. This is the most boomer tweet I've seen. I've been on this platform. Since I've been on this platform. Boomer. Boomer. Two different people call me a boomer. Shut up, boomer. Okay. Shut the fuck up, boomer. Okay. This is just, this really just seems like a boomer yells at millennials for not wanting YouTube to continuously become a corporate shell, like it's been becoming for years. Boomer. Code boomer. Silence, boomer. Okay, boomer. Sorry, boomer. Out of touch, boomer. Okay, boomer. I don't want to be handed fame, thanks. I'd rather earn it. Sugasa, boomer. Okay, boomer. Shut the fuck up, boomer. Stop using light mode, boomer. Damn, the boomers are getting salty. Boomer. 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 You know you can sub to several people, right? Imagine being a boomer that thinks you can't sub to the biggest YouTubers and smaller ones too. Just because you don't like fun doesn't mean no one else does. Oh Lord, boomer. Boomer. Hello, boomer. 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 The boomer is in its natural habitat. Ultimate boomer. Boomer. Boomer energy. I swear to God, every boomer used to walk through World War II just to get to school. Boomer. Silence, boomer. Hey, Boomer making a hot dog. Okay, I'm calling back to the beginning now, but that was like in 90 minutes. That's how many fucking messages I got with the word boomer in it. So it's like, they are like the ultimate NPCs. They're like projecting like a motherfucker. Just projecting exactly what they are. So anyway, I find it humorous. They're silly bitches. They're so silly. No, I'm not a boomer. I'm Generation X. Born in 1975. But to these kids, you're either a boomer or you're a millennial. There are really only two generations. So, I think I'm going to finish this up real quick here and read the last comments from you guys. Told you, Dusty Smith. Told me. Okay, tell me about something, I'm sure. This is legit, bro. I've enjoyed the shit out of it. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to do it more often, probably Mondays at 8 o'clock. Unless you guys have a better time for me to do it. It's always raining in the UK. Bitch lasagna. Where you go? I don't know what that means. Don't vote with PewDiePie. He will win no matter what. Okay. I don't really care. We have had some very mild weather recently. Yes, it was mild all fucking winter, but it's fucking cold as shit tonight. Hey, Dusty, it's cool and refreshing to hear you talking off the dome like this. The sarcastic deadpan redneck delivery in your regular videos can be totally hilarious, but the regular jump cuts can ruin the flow a bit. I thought it might be because you have trouble talking fluently for a long period, but watching this video, you seem to be doing it fine. What's up with that? I don't really write my scripts. I basically ad-lib the whole thing off my head. And so, like, if you don't write your scripts, you kind of have to think of it off your head. So basically, I just say a line, and then I say it 10 times to get the line perfect, to make sure there's no fuck-ups, you know, because sometimes, like, I just did. I said the word fuck-up wrong. And so I have this mush mouth in real life, and so I basically have to edit the mush mouth out. As simple as that. PewDiePie content sucks. Like, I think PewDiePie's probably a really decent dude. He's a nice guy. He's done good things for charity, and I don't have anything against him. It's like Justin Bieber, right? Justin Bieber is incredibly popular, but I don't like Justin Bieber because Justin Bieber's content was not made for me. I'm not the target audience of Justin Bieber. I don't shit on Justin Bieber because I know his music is made for somebody else. Somebody who does enjoy it. And he does incredibly well by the people that enjoy his music. And the same as things with PewDiePie, you know, he makes his content for a particular audience that really fucking love it. And so it's fine. It's just not for me. You know, it's just more kid shit than I care about. NPC is the new cuck. Yeah. NPC is new cuck and canceled. Canceled is the big new thing. Everybody's saying cancel constantly now. It's getting really old. Yeah, it's funny they call people NPCs while they repeat the same stupid buzzwords and phrases. Yeah, it's really crazy. You can actually sing good, dude. Thanks. Yeah, that's my little parody. I have this dream one day that I'm owning my own weed company, and that's going to be the music I'm going to use in my commercial. Who got the weed? All right. I would love to eat a stag that I harvest myself. Well, send me the antlers, because antlers are like really good for dogs. And for those of you that know, I run an animal sanctuary. I also forgot to mention this. Since I've been false flagged on YouTube, I can't make any money off these podcasts for at least 2 months. So if you enjoy this, if you want to see me do more of this, please support it. Please become a Patreon supporter. Even $1 or $2 a month helps. I'll put a link to this in this video, but it's www.patreon.com/CultofDusty. If you enjoy the art, if you enjoy my art, you should support it, because usually when you don't support the art that you enjoy, it ends up disappearing. So please do. I could really use it. Do you even boomer? No. No, I'm not. I don't have any gray hair anymore. Great show, Dusty. Me love you long time. Oh, me so honey. Oh, me so honey. Great job. You're number 2 fan. Thank you. Thank you. All right, well, that's all the questions I have. I'm going to wrap this up. I did 1 hour and 40 minutes. That was pretty goddamn good. I'm going to have to do this more often if you guys like it. If people watch it, I'm going to do it more often. Because, like, I didn't even touch, like, 1/10 of what I was going to talk about. I didn't get fucking anywhere, and this time just flew by. And I'm going to have guests in the future. So we're going to turn this into a whole thing. We're going to start doing this again. I'm going to get motivated, not be so fucking lazy, and not be so fearful of fame, which I have a big problem with. I kind of talked about my problem with fame and not really wanting to be too popular because it sucks. But I'm going to try to get over that and do more. So, new video coming out soon. My next video is going to be about the Captain Marvel outrage. Everybody's really pissed off about Captain Marvel because they put a woman in it, and that's bad, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I love you. And as always, until next time, Logic. Fuck yes! Stop, motherfucker!